So I figured maybe we can start young and introduce them to fresh stuff from a garden. COVID hits in March, and I go home. And unfortunately, we were not prepared to send students home. So I'm thinking, man, these students that I had in the classroom that were getting at least 2 quasi meals, we'll call them meals. They were at least getting 2 meals in the classroom every day. Now they're at home and they can only eat whatever they can get to. And where I was located, that was pantry fried chicken and a couple gas stations, maybe a Family Dollar and whatnot. So I get online and I Google, how do we solve world hunger? No exaggeration. I said, I'm gonna solve this world hunger. I come across a gentleman named Michael Van Duzy. He's growing without soil. And it blew my mind. I had never seen anything like it. You know, you grow up in science saying, or learning that plants need 3 things to survive, right? You need soil, water, and sunlight. That is not necessarily the case. They don't necessarily need soil. Soil can provide what they need, but they need the nutrients. So I started imitating everything that he was doing in my garden, and not in my garden, excuse me, in my backyard. That's important, okay? My backyard, the back deck. Now we're all at home. I have 5 children, and you know, and my wife, and it is driving my wife nuts, okay? Because I've taken over the whole backyard. I've got totes and containers and nutrients, and I've got seeds on top of the fridge everywhere, right? I'm just figuring out how we're gonna grow. She was on the board of Positive Directions for Youth and Families and said, hey y'all, my husband might be interested in starting a garden. So essentially I was volunteered into this position. Fast forward to now, I did a lot of grant writing, we raised a lot of money. The city even came in and provided grant funding for us. But my goal was to create a living space or a growing space where we could practice any style of growing that's possible here in Greensboro. And I did that. So I've got grow bags everywhere. I've got aquaponics. I'm raising fish, and we're using their nutrients to raise plants, and we're pumping all of that food into the community.